Okay, good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning now in the wee hours. David Paul with you here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. It is a dark and stormy night across Houston and southeast Texas. And at the moment, what we've transitioned into is from a severe weather threat with gusty wind, isolated tornado threat to a flash flooding threat. There's a lot of high water spots along our coastal areas and some high water spots across our northwest counties from northern portions of Colorado County into Austin County, Washington County. High water spots here. That's near New Ulm, Cat Spring, Industry, getting some high water spots in the low-lying areas. That's an aerial flood advisory in effect there for about another hour for high water spots. You do not want to be out on those rural roads and those dips in the road where it goes across a creek crossing. They can have high water there, so be very, very careful. But a couple of spots near the coast are really getting some heavier rain. I want to talk about where the heaviest rain is coming down, what we can expect for the next couple of hours before this finally transitions and moves east into Louisiana. First of all, this is the leading edge of our front, this line of showers with a couple of flashes of lightning and thunder from Richmond to about Jersey Village area to Spring and the Woodlands, and then up into Montgomery County. That's the leading edge of the front, and as that comes through, behind it, we start to dry out. So that is the leading edge of the clearing finally beginning off to the west. Ahead of it, there's plenty of lift, and so we've got a band of pretty heavy rain now. Hobby Airport, southeast portions of Harris County to Pasadena, and then up toward Lake Houston, getting rain and thunder right now. Kingwood area getting some rain and thunder right now, but no advisories, no warnings for this. This is not severe. It's just moderate with pockets of heavy rain and some lightning and thunder. Highway 90 out of Harris County to Liberty County is a very wet drive right now. Mont Belvieu, you're getting wet. I-10 east through Chambers County is very, very wet. Baytown's getting wet. We were monitoring a couple of cells offshore for the past hour that had showed signs of rotation. This one in particular, but the rotation kind of fell apart as it came inland near High Island. Now you're getting intense lightning and thunder, High Island. Good evening, good morning to you, but it's not producing any type of tornadic activity, and so there's no tornado warning. It's just for the marine interests along here for gusty wind and very heavy rain and seas that are getting kicked up by that heavy thunderstorm. This thunder shower offshore is showing signs of rotation, but this one is going to miss southeast Texas. This one's heading towards Sabine Pass and the Beaumont area, so we don't have to worry about that one here in Houston. What I am most concerned about right now is this band of rain right across inland Galveston County and into Brazoria County, east of Liverpool. This is a spot where we've had 4 or 5 inches of rain already this evening, and you're still getting more rain and thunder. You could have an additional inch of rain, and we've got many, many reports of high water spots in Brazoria County, in Galveston County, Lamarck, Hitchcock, Texas City, many, many high water spots being reported by law enforcement. This is a flash flood warning, the green outline box, in effect until 1 a.m. I expect this will be extended through into at least sunrise because you're getting heavy rain, and this is a spot where we've already had 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain. So Highway 6 Santa Fe south toward Galveston, expect multiple high water spots, especially any road that turns off of Highway 6. Here's the Gulf Freeway, that section of the Gulf Freeway. Also expect high water spots on the entrance and exit ramps there. And Highway 3, you can see as well, is included within that box, that flash flood warning box there. Neighborhoods that are being impacted, Gulf Meadows and Foxfield Estates. A couple of the drainage creeks in each of these neighborhoods have reached bank full and got above bank full. If you follow me on Twitter, I've posted the information from Harris County and Galveston Flood Control on where the water level is on your 2 drainage creeks here, but they've come above bank full, and so expect street flooding here across the neighborhoods, Gulf Meadows and Foxfield Estates, and neighborhoods in and around that area in Galveston County. That's where the rain has been heaviest. That's where we're still getting heavy rain on top of that. And again, that is outlined in this flash flood warning in effect until at least 1 a.m. I expect the high water spots down here may stay until 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. before the rain finally exits and we finally see things to drain off. So again, Santa Fe, Highway 6 south and east of Santa Fe, Gulf Meadows, Foxfield Estates, and neighborhoods in and around those areas. Your drainage creeks have gone to bank full and a little bit above bank full because of the heavy rain, and that is causing widespread street flooding at a minimum. I haven't heard of any structures that are taking on water, but it's not out of the question. Neighborhoods and structures and businesses around Gulf Meadows and Foxfield Estates in Galveston County and just on the edge of Brazoria County. So that's where the flooding and the rain has been heaviest and continues to be heavy there. Again, Texas City and Lamarck, not heavy rain right now. Texas City, you just had a band go through, but widespread street flooding reported in both the neighborhoods here. Law enforcement did report a little earlier on many cars that had been inundated by high water on some of the lower lying roads in Texas City and Lamarck. And zooming out and up to the Bolivar Peninsula, up to High Island, this is where we still have this special marine warning, but again, it's for marine areas, not a tornado warning. This one did not produce a circulation strong enough to warrant a tornado warning. And as we look at the loop of the Doppler part of Doppler radar, the rotation indicator, you can see we had a little couplet right there, and then it just weakened and fell apart as it came across High Island, upper east portion of the Bolivar Peninsula. And so no warning was issued for you there, but I'm sure gusty wind is quite possible there across Highway 87 and then Highway 124, as what there is of that storm is now lifting into eastern portions of Chambers County. Zooming out, you can see that was the couplet that fell apart. And then further offshore, there's another couplet. See these hot colors and cool colors coming together really tightly? So it is most likely that we've got a water spout out here over the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. But it's way out here over open water. And this one has a trajectory that's going to take it toward Jefferson County, toward Beaumont, Sabine Pass. So heads up coastal areas there. You could be dealing with a water spout or at least special marine warnings in the next hour or so as that races north-northeast at about 35 miles an hour. So how is this going to play out? Well, everything is transitioning to the east, and now as we head in toward 2 a.m., by that time we should have most of the heavy rain out of here. Good. But I expect it's going to leave behind a lot of high water spots on the roadway, especially secondary and rural roads in Galveston and Brazoria County. So in the morning, before you get up and go anywhere, make sure you check in with us. We're live 4:30 to 7 on the morning show, KHU11 News in the morning, and we will get you through and give you information on any roadways that may be closed or impacted so your commute isn't impacted here. We head into Friday morning, 7 a.m., 50s, cooler in the morning, and we won't warm up a whole lot. We'll be in the 60s by noon, and we won't get out of the 60s. Mostly cloudy day, a little bit of sun comes out Friday afternoon. It's going to end up being a nice afternoon. Overall, it's a warming trend, which is nice if you were tired of the bitter cold we had and all my plants dying in my yard. And here's how the jet stream is going to impact our weather as we transition out of 2022 and into 2023. So here's our jet pattern right now. See the trough, the dip in the upper level winds up here at 34,000 feet? That's the storm that's giving us all the rain and thunder here on this Thursday night, early Friday morning. So we watch for those. So that is going to move through. And then we go into Sunday, New Year's Day, and it's exactly the opposite. It's a ridge, a rainbow pattern over Houston and Galveston. That means dry, warm weather as we ring in 2023. But you can already see upstream, here's our next trough. Here's our next storm system, and it comes into Texas and Houston and Galveston on Monday. Monday looks like a rainy, maybe stormy day again, as this now Pacific-based jet pattern becomes a mild temperature pattern and a wet weather pattern, as this pattern is going to bring in moisture and little storm systems one after the other off the Pacific Ocean. So instead of a jet stream that was around Christmas time coming right out of Canada and the Klondike and off the Arctic Circle, bringing that bitter cold air, now it's coming off the west coast, and from the Pacific it's milder temperature-wise and it's wetter. And here comes another trough, another storm system coming off the west coast that'll come across the country. This is great news for skiers and all. It's going to dump and has and will continue to dump heavy snow in the mountains of the west. They need the snow. They've been in drought, and so this is the process of busting the drought in the mountain west. This will put more water into Lake Mead and Lake Powell, which this past summer really dropped down low. So the desert is getting rained on as we head through this beginning of the winter season. Okay, here's Friday. We'll start cool, cloudy in the morning, 60. There could be a sprinkle, but it won't be a big deal. 65, cloudy at noon. Then it's a mix of clouds and sun. We go to 70 in the afternoon on Friday. And then, so we switched days here, so now everything's shifted on me. Yes, New Year's Day is Sunday. And look at Saturday and Sunday. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, 76, 77. Beautiful weather Saturday and Sunday. It is a rainy Monday, New Year's Day is here. And again, as we just flipped over past midnight, everything has now shifted on me time-wise. Okay, that's where we stand right now with the weather. It is a rainy and stormy night. I would urge everybody to stay off the roads across southeast Texas, in particular Galveston County and Brazoria County, where the rain has been heaviest and where we have flash flood warning in effect. I'm going to go over this one more time. Here's the big picture. Here's Galveston County, Brazoria County, and this band of rain coming through right over where we've already had multiple inches of rain is aggravating the flash flooding situation here. So flash flood warning is in effect for a big chunk of southwest Galveston County, interior Galveston County, at least until 1 a.m. And in particular, the neighborhoods of Gulf Meadows and Foxfield Estates. We've got your drainage creeks have come up above bank full, so they're up and out of their banks, and that may be causing some significant street flooding, and you don't want to get out in that here when it's dark. Again, that's Santa Fe. Here's Highway 6 through Galveston County. So south of Highway 6, south of Santa Fe, that's where the flash flooding is at its worst right now. Gulf Freeway just getting heavy rain. You can expect high water spots on all secondary roads and those feeder roads, entrance ramps and exit ramps along the Gulf Freeway here. Could also have high water spots on them. And again, law enforcement reported many high water spots and cars that had been inundated earlier this evening, Texas City and Lamarck, after several inches of rain come through there. All right, that's where we stand right now. Big picture with the system, you know, it's in the process of clearing. That's the front. It's clearing back behind it, or at least the rain's coming to an end, and it's moving. So this is all going to transition into East Texas and Louisiana eventually as we head through the next, it's going to take another hour and a half, 2 hours to get on through here. But that's it. Stay off the road. Stay safe where you are. We're on the air on the TV side at 4:30 until 7 to get you through what's going to be a wet morning, although the rain will have transitioned out of here by then. But you're going to want to make sure you check with us so you don't get on the road, and in case your commute is impacted, we will let you know about it. All right, that's where we stand right now. Be safe, sleep tight. We'll see you in the morning, and Happy New Year, everybody, if I don't see you until Sunday.